amazing for you. So let's have a quick look at the stocks that we can look to trade for swing, as well as for the levels in Nifty that could be watched out for. But before I get into that, let me first of all just quickly brief you on what is happening with the swing stocks that we had discussed the last week. Okay, so first and foremost, the three stocks that we were checking out, one was ABB. And as far as ABB is concerned, we had an amazing move in ABB. And I myself am out of the positions in ABB. So these were the levels that we were checking out for. So once the 1:2.5 was getting broken, I personally felt another upside move could come in, and I just held on. But that didn't happen. And the next day, that was on Friday, was when I came out of the position in ABB. So ABB was favored with this recent up move that was happening in Nifty too. So that also worked in our favor in the case of ABB. The other swing stock that we were checking out was Tata Chemical. So Tata Chemical, the position is still running. Now, if you have a look into the charts of Tata Chem, just take out the charts of the daily time frame. So here for ourselves, what we see is we were checking out for a double bottom breakout. The neckline breakout is what we checked out for. And after this neckline getting broken, the price gave some sort of a mother and child pattern. Mother and child candle formation or an inside bar formation was witnessed. And then finally it just managed to break. So we entered. So right now we see some sort of a good selling coming in. So what I had just decided to do is we'll kind of keep a GTT order, or we'll kind of actually just trade our stop loss above our entry, so that irrespective of the fact if market manages to reverse also, we won't be having to take any sort of a loss in this particular swing. Then another stock that we were checking out was Delta Corporation. But as far as the stock Delta Corporation is concerned, we'll have to check this opportunity. Why? Because the stock is not showing any sort of a momentum, and the volumes are also dried up. So I would humbly request you to not trade in Delta Corp. We never had a breakout happening also. So this was not at all an entry opportunity as far as Delta Corp is concerned. Now let me move ahead to the stocks that I'm watching for swing the coming week. So the first and foremost one is ATUL. So as far as ATUL is concerned, the last 4 hours of Friday, we had a big breakout happening in ATUL. So this is something that is accompanied with a long build-up in the short term as well as in the mid-term outlook. And I myself will be interested, or will be keen on checking out for some long side opportunities in the stock. Why? Because this was an all support level, which later on acted as a resistance. We see that there has been rejection coming in for the stock in the mid of May also from the same levels, and also in the the 10th of July. And finally, this level is getting broken. That also with some significant volume. I'll check out for long opportunities on the stock. I'll show you in the 4-hour time frame. That'll be better. So let's have a look at the charts of the stock in the 4 hours time frame. So I myself would be keen on checking out for some long opportunities on the stock at the high of this particular candle, that is somewhere near the 8810 levels. Get back into the daily. So I'll be interested in checking out for some long on this particular stock at the high of this particular candle, considering my target to be somewhere near the 9800 levels, with my stop loss below 8510. That is somewhere over here. So I won't be keeping a stop loss below this. Why? Because if that is the case, then my risk reward ratio is not going to be favorable. So if I go for a trade like this, keeping this as my stop target and this as my stop, my risk reward ratio would be something like a 1:1. It really doesn't make sense. I'll check out for a trading opportunity once the high of this particular candle is getting broken, with my stop loss just below this, so that I get an opportunity of something like a 1:2. So the logic behind selecting the stock is simple. This is one particular stock out there that is actually showing us some sort of a long build up. Now, the next stock is one which is none other than Canara Bank. So as far as the stock Canara Bank is concerned, just like the banking sector stocks out there, this is also was showing some sort of a good bullishness. Now, finally, last day it managed to face rejection somewhere near the 232.25 levels, and we see something like a doji formation in this particular candle. So I myself would be keen on checking out for a long side opportunity on this particular stock as the high of the candle. The same concept. as the high of this particular candle is getting broken, I myself would be checking out or would be keen on checking out for a long side opportunity with the previous resistance level to be the targets, with my stop loss just below this. Okay, so in this particular case also we would be able to get hopefully something like a 1:2.5 risk reward ratio, and I feel that this could be a good potential setup one can actually just watch out for. Then comes India Cements. In the daily time frame, India Cements has just managed to give a breakout. Canara Bank also is facing rejection. Okay, India Cements though it has just managed to give a breakout. Now, in this particular case, as far as this stock India Cements is concerned, if there is an upside happening, I personally feel for myself, we could anticipate a move towards the 204, 205 levels, which was the old support level, which could potentially act as a resistance also. So you see that it was in around 21 October. This level was earlier acting as some sort of a resistance too. And post that it was in 3rd March. Then later on it converted to the support 30th March, 27th April, and so on. So I'll check out for a long side opportunity. I'll be keen on checking out for a long side opportunity post a pullback, because if I straight away enter over here, my risk reward would be 1:2. So I'll just wait for a pullback opportunity on this particular stock, and then I'll look out for a long, considering this to be my target. Only post a pullback. Let me just make it clear. India Cements though, if I'm just looking out for an entry, I'll look out for an entry only post a pullback, and direct entry though I'm not interested in. Now, it was a similar kind of situation that we did, or it was a similar kind of opportunity that we watched out in the case of ABB also. Since it was like a steep direct breakout that was happening over here, we waited for this pullback to occur and then we entered. So it is not like straight away the breakout we traded. I wish I can show you with the charts. So the same logic applies in the case of India Cements too. So better you wait for a pullback to occur and then you go ahead and take up a trade rather than directly you entering into the position. So I would highly recommend waiting for a pullback in Indian Cements, because already some sort of a decent move has taken place. Let me show you the levels over here. So if you remember, this was the levels of Tata Chemicals that we entered. Neckline getting broken, then entry. So ABB2, I think it was in the swing section that was updated. There were many people who were looking at ABB. Great. Okay. So in this case, Sanjay Singh had actually shared this. So ABB also, it was at after this particular pullback that we checked out for an entry, it was a steep move. So we realized from this fact that stocks in a long build-up, definitely they have some potential for good moves. So just keep that point in your mind. So then we have Reliance that has actually recently faced some sort of a good profit booking, and I feel that it is trading at a good value. As far as this stock Reliance is concerned, once again, this is not a stock that is in a phase of long build-up, but keep this in your mind that I myself will be interested in looking out for some long side opportunity on Reliance. The high is getting broken with my stop loss at the low. Okay, if at all you want to go for swing, but now someone who's actually looking forward to accumulate the stock for the long time, I feel for positional trade or long term investing, you may consider adding the stock as the high breakouts with no stop loss. That is just to add to your portfolio. So I feel it is a good rate at which you could consider adding the share Reliance, and I myself would be keen on that. So this is a very old level. The 2,500 levels are kind of actually an old level. Many times it has acted as a resistance, and now it is and also a support level. Okay, so it's not a stock in a long builder, but still I'll be keen on buying if it goes above this 2540, 2550 levels. Now let's get into the most interesting part. That is nothing else but having a look at what Nifty is doing and our friend Bank Nifty is doing. Okay, So at this point in time, I'm not looking into the open interest data right now. Why? Because I'll just wait for the market to open tomorrow and then take a view. Okay, because 2 days time and too many things happening in between, I'll just wait for the markets to open tomorrow and then I'll take a view. But I'll purely look into the charts only from the price action perspective. So this is the chart of Nifty for ourselves, and we see that after forming this big gaps also, Nifty has just managed to pick up. Okay, so something similar to this we have witnessed in the beginning of June, where after a big gap up opening, Nifty just managed to pick up, fell down again, picked up, but there was like a steep sell off that was coming in from the 16,800 levels, which also coincides with the Jean Paul Roderick face of a bubble. Accordingly, the bull trap region. So 16,800 levels, I personally consider it to be the bull trap region in Nifty. So last time a big gap up like this and the price picked up exactly from the 16,800 levels. That is where the rejection started coming in. Okay, so I myself would consider to go bullish only once Nifty manages to pick up above 16,800. So as long as it stays below 16,800, my perspective is not so bullish on Nifty. So because we have a big gap over here that is still pending. Now I'll just show you the charts of Nifty in the 15 minutes time frame. So here we see for ourselves the charts of Nifty in the 15 minutes time frame, and obviously it had formed a swing high, swing low, a higher swing high, swing low. It's a higher high, higher low formation was clearly visible in the case of Nifty. Now tomorrow if we have a gap up opening, I myself won't have the conviction to take any long side positions in Nifty until and unless the gap fills and then we get opportunity based on a pullback. And if it comes to the market actually opening somewhere over here itself, I'll check out for shorting opportunities in Nifty. If this lower level is getting broken, or if this particular resistance level is getting broken, I'll probably check out for some shorting opportunities in Nifty, if at all I can, if this particular level is getting broken. Okay. So what I'm more keen on trading for the coming week is nothing else but Bank Nifty. As far as I'm concerned, Bank Nifty is actually looking bullish to me. And I'll show you the charts in the daily time frame. So I feel for myself, Bank Nifty has just managed to break a very significant resistance. So I was considering this, that is the 36,700 levels, to be a very strong resistance for Bank Nifty. And I consider that Bank Nifty has just recently managed to break that particular resistance point. So since it has managed to break this particular resistance point, I feel that we can confidently check out for some sort of a long side opportunity. Now I'll shift to the hourly time frame in Bank Nifty. Just show you. So in the hourly time frame, also the index is actually looking really bullish. Obviously, it was really extremely bullish in the daily, so it is supposed to be bullish in the hourly also. And here also we see some sort of a swing level formation, swing high, swing low, higher swing high, swing low formation. I'll get into the 15 minutes time frame. So I myself would be keen, or I myself would be interested in checking out for high breakouts, swing high breakouts in Bank Nifty. So even if there is a gap of opening, I will still be interested in checking out for long side breakouts in Bank Nifty, because the banking sector as such is looking extremely bullish to me. Okay. So if we have a swing high breakout, I'll be more than happy to readily go and take a long side position. Whereas if it kind of comes to a short side position, what I'll be looking out for is, let's say market opens with a gap up. Again, the gap is getting filled. The price is actually falling down. So what I expect, or what I'll be watching out for is, I'll wait for some sort of a pullback. Again, when this particular level is getting broken, I'll check out for a shorting opportunity in Bank Nifty. So this is what I myself am more keen on trading in Bank Nifty. First priority would be to trade directional long side in Bank Nifty. But if this level is getting broken, I'll check out for short side. So as far as Nifty is concerned, I'm more interested in trading shorts rather than long, because you know that the major weights of Nifty like Reliance and all is not supporting the up move. But banking sector as such is entirely bullish, and we are getting a lot of long side opportunities to take in Bank Nifty. So it is majorly Bank Nifty probably that I'm going to trade for the week, because it has given a very good breakout. Now, talking about any weekly option strategies or monthly option strategies that I would be taking none. And at the moment, also, I'm not having any positions right now because markets are looking really bullish and I don't want to take the overnight risk. So, any weekly option strategies other than like I'll be taking, maybe I might consider taking a bull call spread, something like that. Let's see how the markets are tomorrow, and I'll consider taking maybe a bull call spread for the coming weekly expiry. Okay, so these are the key points that I'm looking at, and also I'll be looking forward to take some live trades together with you guys in crude oil. So let's watch out and see what all opportunities we are getting. Okay, so any particular trade out there where you feel for yourself you're going to get a 1:2 is going to be worth pursuing it. Why? Because you're getting some really good momentum in the markets. And in fact, in equities also, and that is something that is surprising me. Like equities are also giving us some very good moves, and it's going to be a very good time to capitalize on all the opportunities. So, for example, last week itself we got two opportunities in Torrent Power itself. 2 separate days we got two very good opportunities in just the stock Torrent Power itself. So let's wait and watch out what we could do. Okay. So now I'll just take some questions from your side. You may just unmute yourself and speak up. Any questions you have on whatever we are going to trade, anything, you can just feel free to unmute yourself and speak up. Hello. And yeah, I'll be conducting some live trades. We can trade some positions together.
Yeah, so Vishal here. So I wanted to ask, it's like if market opens flat, what can be the conditions? It's like if it opens flat, there can be chance of
See,
upside and downside.
I personally don't think there is even the lightest chance that the market is going to open flat. Okay. So I personally don't think that there is even the lightest chance that the market is actually going to open flat. Okay. we had a 2 week, and kind of
Yeah,
considering the crazy bullishness we saw. Okay. Kind of actually
yeah,
considering the crazy bullishness that we saw over the last what do you say, over the last 2-3 days, I personally don't think there is even a lightest chance that the market is going to open flat. Now the next thing, yeah. So the next thing or the next aspect I just wanted to say is that let's talk about a case whether the market is actually opening with a gap up. Okay. So if it
yeah,
is the case of Nifty, then I won't be having the courage to go for a long. I'll just wait for a gap filling move if we have a gap up. But if it is a case of Bank Nifty, then I'll still have the like comfort in checking out for longs if we have a good risk reward ratio. Because in Nifty, I feel if there is a gap up opening, okay, the risk reward ratio is not going to be good. Okay, so better we'll check out for some gap filling moves. On the other hand side, in Bank Nifty, if you're getting a gap up opening also, it will be good enough to directly take out a trade. So let's see this kind of actually just witness for ourselves and figure out what all things could be traded. And I'm sure that we'll get at least, last week I think we got 6 trades together, correct? So this time also I feel we are going to get a base to base, something like at least 5 trades together, considering the fact that we are also going to look at uh, stocks. So let's see. Okay.
Sir, but SGX Nifty is 630, sir. Nearly 100 points difference from Nifty and SGX.
Yeah, forget about SGX Nifty, man. Let tomorrow's market open. Let's not waste time chasing SGX Nifty, to be honest. Okay.
Okay.
It's not going to do us any.
yeah. So
Let's wait for
continuing
the
on
market
that,
and let's take a call.
yeah, I wanted to ask, it's like after such big bullishness, it's like if market is sideways, it's like are there chances that market or Bank Nifty will be sideways and they will trade in range?
See, as far as Nifty is concerned, 16,800 is the significant level, the key level out there. But as far as Bank Nifty is concerned, as I mentioned to you, it has broke the resistance. If momentum is there, it could go really good. Now Nifty though, Nifty needs to be supported by Reliance for a strong upside. But who even knows? Maybe Reliance will come back strong the coming week and Nifty is also going to blast. Who even knows? Correct? So that's something out of our hand. Got it?
Yeah, yeah.